So good morning, happy Saturday morning. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. We are in the sawmill building this morning and I'm building trusses. I'm building trusses for 12 by 12 garden sheds. So I've got a table there that I just lowered down, as you see in the previous clips, and I just cut a bunch of webs for them. I've pretty much not automated I guess, but I've built jigs for all the pieces of trusses, and we're going to be building a few this morning. So the reason I'm doing this is I cut lumber and I build garden shed frame kits. So I cut all the wood to build a shed 12 feet by 12 feet, frame only. So what's included in the kit is the floor joists, the boards for the floor, the walls, top and bottom plate, all the wall studs, and 7 pre-built trusses. And so I've facilitated that process, especially for the trusses, by building all the jigs for the pieces, the webs, the top and bottom cords, and I built a table that can be lowered and raised when not used, to speed up the process of building these trusses. So let's make a few trusses and I'll show you how I make easy trusses for the shed. Okay, so we're going to start with the bottom cord here. I cut to length. Now these trusses are 14 feet long. My shed kits are 12 by 12, so the trusses stick out on each end a foot. And I'm just going to find the crown here. It doesn't have much of a crown. So this is the bottom cord. So I'll set that on the table. That goes here. And I've got some top cords here that you saw in the previous clips. I set a jig on top of these 2x4s and just run my skill saw down them, and it cuts them nice and even. So 2 top cords, and I'll just take a day and I'll cut a whole bunch of top cords, bottom cords, and I'll also cut some webs as well. And they set in pretty equal. Then I've got my webs here. So I've got a center. Slips in like that. A small one on this end here. The longer one. This one here and a small one there. And then I'm going to screw these together. A couple of nails and some screws, and that'll be it. Let's do that. Alright, so I'm going to start with the ends of these this little cord here. In the end, I try to put it as flat as I can. I'll just toenail a couple of deck screws on these end ones. And no, I don't put gussets. I'm building a shed out front there. I had to get it builded by code, get a building permit. You have to put gussets on those trusses. and that took me a week to do. Now, you can buy those little small metal gussets that you pound in there, but holy moly, if you got to buy a little metal gusset, that's $3 or $4. Each truss would have, so one on the end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 gussets per side. So that's 24 small gussets per truss. For me, that's not economically feasible. I mean, I could charge for those, but still. So the truss, the shed I built out front, I put plywood gussets, which is allowed per building code. You put a plywood gusset and nails every inch, which is a little bit overkill, but my goodness, it took me a week to build 7 trusses. Compared to these trusses, I can build 7 in an hour. So, yeah. But I mean, there's no way. Get a couple more deck screws. There's no way there's going to be any issues with these trusses by toenailing screws and nails in like that. There's no way that, you know, that'll carry a load once you're all, the roof boards are all in and the sides and all that stuff. I used to nail them in with my nail gun, but they'd sort of get out of place and stuff. So this works pretty good. There we go. Truss complete. I always put a arrow on one end, on the same end of each truss. That's so that when you assemble them on the shed, you put all the trusses the same way because they're all manufactured the same way. Okay, this is all nailed up together. Pluck it out. There you go. One manufactured truss. There, 6 more for one kit. We'll keep going. Well, it's starting to rain outside, and that's just fine. We're nice and sheltered in here. Building some trusses this morning. I might saw a couple logs. So I'm going to build another truss here, and just for fun, see how long it takes. Alright, so take my bottom cord. This is a 14-foot 2x4. All these trusses are built with 2x4s, by the way. Pop that in the jig. Always put your crown facing up. Not much of a crown in here. Kind of nice to see. When you saw your own lumber, you get some wonky stuff sometimes, but it's nice to see decent stuff. So in goes the bottom cord. We have 2 top cords here that I've already cut in the jig. Put this guy over here. Put this guy on the right hand side. Going to trade this top cord in. Sometimes they don't fit just right, and I don't know why. And I know it's all to do with angles. Angles are a carpenter's nightmare, I guess. There, get my webs from my little web storage area. When I went ahead and cut some webs the other day, I cut enough for 30 trusses, I think. So I've got a lot made ahead. Okay, middle, small, medium, here. Yeah, I really like these. I really like putting them together with these deck screws. It pulls everything nice and tight. Square up my middle web here. Sometimes I just make a little mark and make sure it's within the lines. A couple screws on the bottom. There. I've got a tin roof on this sawmill building, so when it's raining, it's some nice in here. You can hear the rain tap on the roof. I enjoy working in here. I work in here in the winter time as well. That's why when I built it, I didn't just build it the size of the sawmill. I built it like twice as big, so that if I'm sawing, I can set my lumber on the floor. I can close my doors. I can even come here and build stuff. You know, put an extra coat on, and you're good. We live by the ocean here, so it's always cold and windy. The shelter is much appreciated, much needed here. Two. This guy. Now, I'm no carpenter by trade, and this is not a how-to video. I'll put a disclaimer right away. I just want to show you an easy way to build trusses, and if you're going to build a large amount of trusses, or anything for that matter, if you're going to be building something that you can, for your business or whatever, it's a little bit of work to facilitate the process, but if you can get like a mode of assembly down pat, your manufacturing process is, it's going to be pretty streamlined, quicker and more efficient. That's the way to do it, especially if you're going to be doing it, in repetition, building a lot of stuff. Starting from scratch each time you build something, holy, you're never done, and it's a little bit frustrating. So if you have a method, jigs and stuff to facilitate it, a lot better. I don't know if you can hear that rain, but it's pretty cool. Nothing like spending a Saturday or a Sunday working in the sawmill shed, sawing lumber or building something. Pretty peaceful. This building is 13 by 51, by the way. Like I said, when I built it big enough. While you're doing something, you might as well build it big enough. You know what they always say, it's never big enough. And still, I could use it. I wish it was a little bigger, but that's how I had to make it. Two more screws here. One more screw and we're done. Another truss. Curious to see how long that took me. Each one goes a little faster. Get a little more used to stuff. Up we go. There we go. How long did that take now? 10 minutes. Oh, okay. So 10 minutes. I had guessed about 7 trusses in an hour. I think I could go a little bit quicker. I haven't built them in a little while. I had a helper building them, and so I'm just getting used to the drill here. But I mean, yeah, I could probably, so I would, it would take a little over an hour to build 7 trusses. That's enough for one shed. So that's pretty good, actually. That's about what I figured. Put my bottom cord in, the crown in right. All right, let's build some more trusses. Let's speed up the process here. Okay, so there you go. That's how I build roof trusses. Pretty quick. So thanks for watching, and comment on if you have a different way of building trusses, and if there's something I can do to improve, or anything at all. Drop a comment. And so thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.